Welcome. You are in the lab room. I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Week number 12, National Football League, Detroit Lions at home hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 2-game winning streak for the Buccaneers. Dangerous team. I talked about them on the Wednesday program in the lab room when I was doing the review for the Pick'em Weekly and going into the Soul Survivor. I told you, stay away from this game. It was a dangerous trap game. Buccaneers playing with confidence. And keep in mind, this is an 0-8 team a couple of weeks back. However, they never quit on Greg Schiano. That was the key for this team. If they quit on him, then they're really a bad football team. If they don't quit, those 8 losses, probably 6 of them have come a touchdown or less. I mean, they've been in ball games and just haven't known how to win. And I think I had a conversation with my dad, and it all stems back to that opening week loss. One of my favorite players in the league, one of the most underrated, underappreciated players in the league, Lavonte David, commits that personal foul penalty, gives the Jets an opportunity to win, and they do that. And I think that really sent this season into a tizzy because the opening schedule for the Buccaneers was rough. It was brutal. I mean, they had some tough matchups to start out the season. And I know the Patriots was somewhere in there. I want to say the Saints on the road was in there. It was a tough start to the season, and they knew they had to have that opening game against the Jets. That was a no-doubter. Gotta have it. Can't lose that game because don't know when the next opportunity for a win is going to come. And they didn't get it. And subsequently, I think that had a lot to do with the 0-8 start to the season. But, you know, you don't get a break here, you don't get a break there, whatever. But now, they got a taste of winning, and it tasted damn good. And ever since then, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been playing some inspired football. And I said on the Wednesday program, and even Friday when I broke this game down, this is a dangerous game for the Detroit Lions. But I said in the same breath on Friday that if you're the Detroit Lions, I don't care that the Buccaneers are on a 2-game winning streak. I don't care that they're playing with confidence. I don't care. I'm the Detroit Lions. I'm leading the NFC North. They're coming into our place. It's not like this game is in Tampa Bay. It's not like you got to travel out to Raymond James Stadium and get a win on the road. This is at home at Ford Field. Take care of business versus a 2-8 football team. Win the game. I don't want to hear any excuses. You got all your guns. You're the only team in this division that has their quarterback situation squared away. You got all your stuff. Nate Burleson's returning in this game. I don't want to hear any excuses. Go out, dominate the football game. And look, I don't care if you win this game by 13, 30, or 3. Win the game, move on, put a W in the left-hand column, and move on. So let's go to the big board and figure out if the Detroit Lions, in fact, were able to do just that. Whoa, a little bit of action from the big board. Big boys are getting a little excited, as he should. A little disappointing in the outcome of this game, but we'll get to the Detroit Lions and the disappointment in this game from myself in a little bit. But let's break this game on down. 2-8 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 6-4 Detroit Lions. After a big return by Jeremy Ross, Stafford is picked off by Lavonte David. I told you I love Lavonte David. Doesn't get enough credit. This guy is an animal. He's a beast. And he's everywhere. Lavonte David picks off passes. He forces fumbles. He makes tackle. He gets sacks. You name it, Lavonte David does it. And another big play by Lavonte David. What can I say? The man is a machine. And so, ensuing possession after that pick, Tim Wright dominates and helps put a field goal on the board. It's 3-0 Tampa Bay. That's a look. I said this when this team was going through their struggles and on that 8-game losing streak. Throughout the process, I kept saying, and I continued to say, this is a season of evaluation. This is a season when you find out who's going to ride with me. Hey, this is some adversity, and we're struggling right now, and it's easy to hang your head and not play your best football. Who are the guys that I can count on to get it done, not only this year, but into the future? Who are some guys that I know are going to be cornerstones of this franchise moving forward? I just talked about Lavonte David. He's not going anywhere. He's a monster, okay? But on the offensive side, you found something in tight end Tim Wright, okay? Converted wide receiver out of college. This guy can play the tight end position, okay? You found yourself a little mismatch right there. Put a linebacker on him, too fast, too big, too athletic. You put a corner on him, way too big. You put a safety on him, too fast. So you found yourself a mismatch there. Tim Wright is a guy that can get it done for you at the tight end position. I like Tim Wright a lot, and that's a guy moving forward that's going to be huge in the plans and the success of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So it's 3-0 Bucs, jump out to an early lead after that turnover by Matthew Stafford and the Lions offense. So Nate Burleson starts to acclimate himself well back into this lineup. And we all know the whole pizza thing and him, breaking his wrist and whatnot, breaking his arm. And so he reintegrated himself well in this game as he makes several big catches on that drive after this interception by Stafford that leads to a field goal, including the touchdown to cap that drive off as he gets in the end zone on a slant route, beautifully thrown, beautifully ran. Everything is executed beautifully to a T. He gets in the end zone, 7-3 Detroit. So they get back on top of the Buccaneers. And I thought from that point on, they were going to stop with the nonsense. Maybe tack on another touchdown before Tampa Bay scores again, get up 14-3, and then kind of start trying to really put this Buccaneers team away. They never had an opportunity in this game. They never afforded themselves the opportunity to run away with this game. Every time they got a score, they allowed Tampa Bay to get a score right back and either tie the game up or take the lead. Bucs respond immediately with a Tyquan Underwood TD grab from Glennon, and he was red hot to start this game. Mike Glennon, long neck, is getting it done. And I was talking to my dad, and he said, look, I think the Bucs did the right thing by getting rid of Freeman. I'm still on the fence about that. That's still debatable for me, but I will say this much. It looks like a good move right now because Mike Glennon is getting it done. I mean, in this game, piping hot. I mean, wherever he threw the football, he was on time. It was accurate. They caught it. They had a chance to make a play after the catch because it was accurate and on time. And Glennon, to me, has some poise in the pocket. He's a big kid, so he can see over the line. And I think what people don't give him enough credit for, pocket awareness. His pocket awareness is fabulous. And not to mention a shred of sneaky athleticism. He's not running past anybody. He's not going to run by a defender. But if he needs to get 5 on 3rd and 4, he can get you 5 on 3rd and 4. If he needs to dip a shoulder, elude a rusher, get to the outside, outrun a defensive tackle to buy himself an extra second to throw the football down the field, he can do that. He's got everything you need in a franchise QB. Not saying that he's the franchise guy right now. Again, very small sample size. Need to see more. But I've been thoroughly impressed with what I've seen from Mike Glennon, the product out of NC State. And keep in mind, and a lot of you probably don't know this, but during my draft coverage, I said, look, and I told anybody that would listen, told my buddies, my dad, I came on every single draft program that I did. I went on a couple of radio shows. I said the same thing. I don't know who of this draft is going to be good. But one, I don't think it's going to be multiple because this was a bad QB draft class. But I said, I don't know who it's going to be. One of these quarterbacks in this draft is going to pan out and be a more than adequate NFL starter. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know if that's E.J. Manuel. I don't know if it's Geno Smith. Don't know if it's Glennon. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know if it's Matt Barkley, anybody, Ryan Nassib. I don't know. But I said somebody of this group is going to pan out and be a really good NFL quarterback for many years to come. And I don't know who it was going to be. I said I didn't know. But one of them. And I said, I guarantee this. One of these quarterbacks will pan out in this league. Maybe that guy is Mike Glennon. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. So he starts out hot in this game, connects with Tyquan Underwood. And it's good to see Tyquan Underwood with the tall kid and play fade getting back on this football team because I thought he was given a raw deal. I thought he actually played well last year. You go out, you sign more Ogletree, please. Kevin Ogletree, he comes in. He's an absolute dud. He's dropping the football. He's not making plays. You cut ties with him midway through the season. And you bring back Tyquan Underwood after Mike Williams goes down for the season. And Tyquan has done nothing but show up each and every week and make plays for you. So I didn't think he should have been let go from the jump. I just thought that there should have been enough room for him and Kevin Ogletree. But that's what it all boiled down to. It was either him or Kevin Ogletree in that slot. And Kevin Ogletree, because you went out and signed him, was the guy that you were going to give a chance to play that slot position. But he didn't pan out. Good thing he was still on the street because he's come back for you in a major way. It's 10-7 after the touchdown toss from Glennon to Underwood. Buccaneers now in front by 3. Lions, aided by a Mark Barron roughing the passer penalty, go right back down the field and get 7 on Joseph Fourier. All he does, catch touchdowns. Fade route in the corner of the end zone. It's 14-10. And I love Joseph Fourier because I know every time he catches a touchdown, he's going to get up and he's going to do some kind of dance. And I'm always in anticipation as to what he's going to do next. Love that guy. He's probably a really fun guy to be around in that locker room. One of those fun-loving, laid-back guys that you can just get a nice laugh out of. I'd love to sit down and have a conversation with Joseph Fourier, but all he does, catch touchdowns. That's what he did here. Puts the Lions back out on top, 14-10. Stafford picked off by Leonard Johnson right before the half. Ring! 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 Hello? House call. Boom! Pick 6. House call. Leonard Johnson. Bucs up 17-14. This is why, you know what? I'm not even going to go there right now. I'll save it for my end of the game rant. Boy, are these Lions frustrated. Man! Great play by Leonard Johnson. It looked like Brandon Pettigrew was afraid of the ball. Like he turned around and the ball was coming. He's like, oh, don't hit me. And Leonard Johnson just, oh, you don't want it? I'll take it. Boop. Thanks. House call. Touchdown. 17-14 Bucs lead at the half. I'll get to that at the end. I'm not even going to start now because I'll just go off on a tangent. I'll save it for later. Lions start the scoring in the second half with the touchdown to Brandon Pettigrew. 21-17, Detroit up on top. This is my chance right here. This is when I say, okay, you start off the scoring in the second half. You need to play defensively, okay? Obviously, you're not going to run away from these guys if you don't do something special teams or defensively. Because if your defense isn't getting a stop, Tampa Bay is just going to get more points. And it's going to make it tough on you to win this game. You're going to have to win this game in a shootout, which you're fully capable of. But this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, a lot of people don't give them credit. They're no pushover. This is a really good defense. And you know they've got Darrelle Revis. You know those safeties, they hit. Whether it's Golson or Barron, they hit. And they hit hard. And so you got to know that points are going to be hard to come by. Gerald McCoy, Claiborne and company. I talked about Levante David. This is a really good defense in Tampa Bay. You're not just going to ring up 34 points on these guys. It's not happening. So special teams or defense going to have to step up, force a turnover, create something so that your offense gets a short field, or maybe you score it yourself. Whatever the case may be, I don't care how you do it. Do something. Do something. As Lions are driving for more points, Stafford is picked off by Keith Tandy in the end zone. Again, not going there right now. Just know this is his 3rd pick of the game. Ouch. Takes points off the board as well. I mean, they were driving for points. And even if you get a field goal out of this, field goal could prove large in this game. Who knows? Don't turn the ball over. Gosh. Second play of the fourth quarter. 85-yard Tyquan Underwood. Ah! Boom! Watch him fly. Gets the football. A beautiful throw by Longneck. I told you Mike Glennon is growing up right before our eyes. It hits him in stride so that Underwood can run under the football. And we know he's a 4.3 40 guy, so he can fly. Lions try to catch up. Taquan says, hey, man, take this stiff arm. Separates. They're not going to get him. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, 85 yards. Buccaneers take a 24-21 lead. Oh, my stars. What is going on in Detroit? So, Bucs block a punt but miss a field goal as Ryan Lindell hooks it left. Hey, where's Connor Barth? All right, get back to me on that. So, even though Bucs special teams makes a play, nothing to show for it. Still a 3-point deficit for the Lions. So if you're the Detroit Lions, you dodged a bullet. This is why the Buccaneers are 2-8 right here. Got a chance to close you out, miss a field goal, have nothing to show for their special teams making a play. So the door is still open for you. Make something happen. Detroit continues to self-destruct as Chris Durham, untouched, fumbles the football, but Ryan Lindell misses again, this time from 50, leaves the door slightly ajar for the Detroit Lions. Hey, where Connor at, man? Somebody get Connor Barth over here, man. Oh, he hooping? He hooping. Oh, okay, all right. Hey, Connor, you better stop tripping, man. Stop hooping in the offseason and be ready to kick the football for this Buccaneers team. They need you. Where's Connor Barth when you need him? Ryan Lindell, straight tripping in this game. So, here we go again. Lions dodge another bullet. Instead of this score being a 2-possession game at 30-21, Ryan Lindell has missed 2 consecutive field goals. If you're Detroit, you got to feel like we're supposed to win this game. All signs point to us winning this game because they should be winning by 9 points right now. We shouldn't have a chance to win this game with a touchdown and tie it with the field goal. We haven't played well enough. We don't deserve to even be in this game. But the Buccaneers are 2-8 for a reason. Yes, they are. So now the door is slightly ajar. And it's your job to push it open. It's slightly ajar. That door should have been shut and it should have been locked. Throw the key away. But the Buccaneers, 2-8, Ryan Lindell can't seal the deal. Door slightly ajar. Now you need to go bust the door down. Go score a touchdown at the end of this game. Steal this win right from beneath the feet of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's what good teams do in this situation. Haven't played their best game by any stretch of the imagination. But good teams, they find a way to win these type of games. Especially when they're at home. So, Stafford takes this team down the field. They're driving. They look like they're about to do something big. Throws the ball, and I haven't said his name all game long. The heavens! The Megatron! But this isn't a having the Megatron moment. Ball is picked off for his 4th and final time on the 2-yard line by rookie Jonathan Banks as heavens, the Megatron is hit. And the ball goes up for grabs and is picked off by Jonathan Banks. He slides down at the 10-yard line, seals the deal as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Go Tampa! Go Tampa! It's your birthday. Go Tampa! 3-game winning streak. You go in the streak. The first 2, I just chalked that up to you beating teams at home that were beatable. You were at home, Miami going through some struggles, some things off the field that's distracting them. I expected you to win that game. Falcons, really bad football team. Come to your place, I expect you to win that football game. This is a totally separate issue right here, though. This is a totally separate scenario. You're on the road, NFC North leading Detroit Lions. You're going to their place. No way you win that game. Nah, the 2 games, they were nice. They were cute. But this is totally different right here. This is big boy football. You're not ready for that. You're not ready to pull up your britches, strap up your boots, and go in there and get a big win. Nah. To hell if you're not. Yeah, you went right in there, kicked the damn door down with your big military ant-crushing boots, went in, kicked the door down, smacked Matthew Stafford in the face, told Calvin Johnson, get down or lay down, and you took a victory. Hey, I ain't got a problem with that, man. I don't have a problem with that. Okay? And I'm not calling them Detroit right now. They're Detroit. If Detroit wants to be soft and let you come in there and manhandle them and smack them around, hey, Tampa Bay, do your thing. And that's exactly what they did. They went in to Detroit and got a W. Now let's talk about the Detroit Lions, because I'm so disgusted with these Lions right now. Absolutely disgusted. All right? Time for me to go off on a rant. Now, let me give you a little bit of backstory on this rant before I give it to you. Because I was talking to a Lions fan a couple of weeks back. And I was so excited for the Lions. Keep in mind, the greatest football player I've ever seen, these eyes have ever seen, and you can't convince me otherwise, Barry Sanders. Love watching Barry Sanders. He was the one that really made me fall in love with the game of football. I grew up an athlete. I grew up playing basketball, baseball, and I watched football. Football is the first memory I have as a kid, but he was the one that really made me gravitate to football more so than the other sports that I played when I was a kid. I never played football when I was a kid. I played baseball. I played basketball. But Barry Sanders was the guy that made me love the sport of football. I mean, he captivated me every time I watched him. A 2-yard run never looked so beautiful. And so there's always a little something extra when I watch the Detroit Lions play, because it brings back really good memories. I'm not a Lions fan, but there's something there extra. I always like to see the Lions do good. So I was talking to a Lions fan, and he was talking about how excited he was about the Lions and how well they were playing. And I was excited for him. I'm like, hey, man, I was there last year. My team went on a 7-game winning streak. We won a division. We were all up in arms, and it was a lot of hoopla, and we were just excited. We were riding a wave of emotion, and we were just excited. So I understand. I mean, your team's playing really good football. You're beating some teams that maybe you didn't think you were going to beat when the season started. You swept the Bears for the first time in who knows how long, and this division is sitting there staring you right in the face. It's there for the taking. If you want it, it's yours. And when's the last time the Detroit Lions have won the NFC North? Again, I'd have to venture back to when this division was called the Central to find out when you probably won this division last. So, I mean, he was ecstatic, and he should have been. And I said, man, congratulations. I gave him kudos, and I said, man, you guys are really playing some good football. I said, but this is the thing. This is the thing. I want to see how you guys handle this success. At the time when I said that you were 6-3, you just won a game, you're playing good, you felt good you just won in Chicago, a matter of fact. To sweep them in the season series, that was a huge win. And I said, I want to see how you guys handle this success. You're not used to being the alpha male. You're not used to being the top dog in your division. I want to see how you handle this adversity, because it's coming. There's going to be a lot of press, a lot of media. Everybody's going to be selling you on the fact that you're a really good team. Everyone's going to be buying Detroit Lions stock right now. Let's see how you handle this pressure all of a sudden, because when the season started, the Bears were going to be much improved. New head coach, new philosophy, Mark Tresman, Bears. The Packers with Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy are going to be good. Now they got a running game with Eddie Lacy. The Vikings went to the playoffs last year. Nobody was talking about the Detroit Lions. You were 4-12 last year. You were an afterthought. So to come from the depth of despair and rise to the top of this division must have felt good. So I said all of that to say this. Let me see what you do over the next 2 weeks. So that was my message to him. Let me see how you handle the success of being the best in your division. Because at the time, They were atop the division by themselves at 6-3. They beat the Bears, dropped them to 5-4, and the Packers were struggling. No Aaron Rodgers. Nobody was even thinking about them at this point. So it was all yours. So we fast forward to week 11. Lions at Steelers. Muddy, wet, nasty game out in Heinz Field. Okay. Tough place to play. Steelers are playing better of late. They're still a 3-6 football team. Go to Heinz Field and beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. And for about a half of football, you looked like you were going to do exactly that. Megatron was being others to Megatron. And everything was going well. And then the second half came. Your coaching staff made no adjustments. Obviously, the Steelers made some adjustments because Calvin Johnson, no catches in the second half. But that's not even the point. The biggest thing from that game was your idiot head coach, and you know I don't like Jim Schwartz, electing to fake a field goal. And if you're going to fake the field goal, can we at least do it with somebody that's used to handling the football? You're really going to ask a kicker, punter, whoever the hell was running that ball, to pick up a first down? Again, wet, muddy conditions. The Steelers are going to be physical with this clown. And of course, he gets hit, ball comes out. Kickers aren't athletes. Most of them aren't. I can't speak for all of them. There are some athletic kickers that if you give them the football, they'll probably do some things with it. But for the most part, kickers are soft. And you gave it to a kicker. He gets hit. He drops the football. Steelers march down the field, end up winning the game by 10. So your coach cost you that game. Okay? You come home, and you got to have this one. No way can you go home. Okay, fine. You're on the road, nasty conditions. You've done something that you've done all year. You turn the football over. Fine, you lose the game. Whatever. You're still atop this division. Still got a chance to do something big. Rams and Bears, that's a tough one for the Bears on the road. Packers are still struggling. Don't even worry about them right now. They're out of the equation if you take care of business. You just take care of Detroit Lions football. You don't have to worry about anybody else. Don't worry about Chicago. Don't worry about Green Bay. And you damn sure don't have to worry about Minnesota. You take care of Lions football. Everything else will take care of itself. This division is there for you to take it. It's right there. Right in front of your grasp. All you got to do is reach out and grab it. So go home. Tampa Bay, 2-8. Win the football game. It's easy. It's really simple. Go and beat a 2-8 football team at home. Okay? Seems easy enough. They're playing with a little bit of confidence. Yeah, they got a little bit of swagger, a little bit of pep in their step. 2-game winning streak. They're going to be a little bit harder to handle than maybe 3 weeks ago. So what? They're a 2-8 football team. If you jump on them early, if you don't turn the football over, if you don't self-destruct, you'll win this football game. They're 2-8 for a reason. So what do? You come out the gate. First possession, interception. That's not the tone you're trying to set in this game. Okay, that's fine though. You hold them to a field goal. You go right back down the field. You get a touchdown. It's all good. What do? You turn it over again. This time, right before the half. Gives the Buccaneers a touchdown when you were leading and driving for more points before the half. Don't worry about it though. You go, you get a touchdown right after halftime. It's all good. You're going down for more points to extend this lead, and that's what you need. At some point, you've got to get back-to-back scores. At some point, whether it's a field goal to take a 7-point lead, or it's a touchdown to go up by 2 scores, whatever. Do something. You're driving down the field, you throw a pick in the end zone. Bucs go down the field and score points. You take the lead one final time. Okay? Now you got another opportunity to really do something in this game. You don't do it. Okay? Durham fumbles the damn football. I don't even know how the hell he managed to do this. I mean, this is a freaky play. It looked like he threw the ball back in bounds like, hey, I don't want this hot potato. Threw it away. Buccaneers score. Now you need something. You need something to win this game. You're down 24. 21. You need to win this game. Can't afford to lose at home to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You already know the outcome of the Bears game. They got absolutely destroyed. They were getting shellacked last time you looked up at the scoreboard in St. Louis. So the division lead, right here for you to take it. Green Bay, forget about Green Bay. They were getting beat up 23-7 last time you looked. Now, ultimately, they come back and tie that game up. But, again, you don't care about anybody else. Take care of Detroit Lions football, for God's sakes. So, go down and win this game. It's still there. All the mistakes you made. This isn't Dallas. You can't turn it over 5 times and expect to win. Everybody doesn't have shoddy defense like the Dallas Cowboys. It's going to allow you to race down the field and score at the end of the game. This is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Totally different outfit. Totally different defense. And you've already given them confidence in this game by turning it over 4 times. But yet, because of 2 missed field goals, you still got a shot to win this game. Good teams, they find a way to win this game. Look, you don't always win pretty. Look, don't be pretty. Don't be cute. Be good. And that's what the good teams do. It's not always going to be pretty. It's not always going to be aesthetically pleasing. Not always going to be the most pleasing to the eyes. Don't give a damn. Get the W. That's all that matters. I don't care how it looks. I don't care what the stats say on paper. At the end of the day, I just want to see a big red W on that sheet. Put it in the left-hand column. Wipe your brow. Go, phew, that was close. Move the hell on. No. You go down the field again, and you throw another goddamn interception. Ends the game. 5 goddamn turnovers. Who the hell do you think you're going to beat with 5 turnovers, huh? Again, these are not the damn Dallas Cowboys. Not the Cowboys. So, turn it over 5 times and thinking you're still going to win? Not going to happen every time. You dodged a bullet then. You couldn't dodge that same bullet this time. Tampa Bay comes into your house, smacks you in your mouth, you spit out a little bit of blood, and they turn around and laugh and leave with a W. How embarrassing. Shame on you, Detroit. Shame on you. Look, I've already come to grips with the fact that you don't want to win this division. You don't want it. And guess what? Neither do the Chicago Bears. Both of you are holding the division warm for the Packers. You're waiting for Aaron Rodgers to come back and take this division from you. You don't want it. And it baffles me as to why you don't want this division. Because it's right there. It's right there. All you had to do was beat Tampa Bay at home. You'd be sitting atop this division. You would have distanced yourself from the Packers that much more. Because you got to know, when Aaron comes back, if he comes back, this Packers team is going to make a run at it. Because you haven't run away with this division. The Bears, they do this every year. You should be accustomed to the Bears starting fast, finishing the season morbidly bad, going on some kind of dreadful 4 out of 5 streak where they lose 4 out of 5, and they piss away their season. You should be accustomed to that. So you shouldn't even be worrying about the Bears at this point in the season. You should just be worrying about Detroit Lions football. But obviously, you're not good enough. You don't want it, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The Packers will take this division. And you got a golden opportunity to bury these guys. And even if you beat them on Thanksgiving, they're not done. But you got a golden opportunity to put these guys out of their misery. To take another step to trying to win this division. Let's see what you do with it on Thanksgiving. Because you can't beat the Packers without Aaron Rodgers. I'm done with you guys. I am seriously finished. And you know what they're going to do. You know what the game plan is going to be. Eddie Lacy, Eddie Lacy, Eddie Lacy. I want to see you stand up, stop the run, and make Matt Flynn beat you. He can't do it unless you allow him to, unless you turn it over 3 or 4 times, maybe even 5. Hell, that seems like a nice round number for you guys these days. 5 turnovers at home. You love doing that. Did it against Dallas. You got away. Shouldn't have won that game, but you did. Then turn it over 5 times against Tampa Bay. Shouldn't have won that game, and you didn't. You didn't deserve to win that game. And so, the football gods, they're going to tighten your butt up. And this is your last opportunity to get it done. You can't beat Green Bay. You already lost in Green Bay. So, if they own the season series over you, and Aaron comes back, bye, Detroit. Thanks for playing. Bye. So, you better win this game. But I am just absolutely disgusted with you. Get out of my face. That's going to do it for this edition of In the Lab Room. I thank you for joining me. That happens in the National Football League, whether big or small. We cover it all here in the Lab Room. I've got a couple more games to break down in week number 12. Come and finish joining me as I keep breaking down all the action in week number 12 in the National Football League. Stinking Detroit.